Hello and welcome to an instruction on the IHM alarm system. After you've created a model for an individual tag in IHM, you will receive alarms when that tag is considered not healthy. And if you go to the IHM menu, List Alarms, you will come to this page here where you can filter the alarms. You can choose which plant you want to look at, which level you want to look at, usually the dynamic alarms, the status of whether they are new, red, in process, or have been dealt with, and their relevance. You can also select them by date and click Filter to come up with a list of alarms. And here we have a list of alarms which refer to my plant, which I've called gas turbine A. They are with respect to this particular tag for which I've created a model, and they are released at these historic dates. And I can look at a particular one of them by going on this information icon and having a look at my alarm. And here is that alarm message. On the first diagram here, we see the actual tag that I have modeled. The data that's collected is in red, the mathematical model is in dark green, and the confidence interval around the model is in light green. So we see that there are some deviations where the red curve, the actual measurement, is outside of the confidence interval, and that has led to the alarm. The current alarm that we're talking about is always in the middle of the page, and we see on the diagram preceding and following 24 hours. So we see that here is the deviation that was alarmed, but we immediately see there has been some deviation before, and there will be some deviation after as well. In order to help to explain why that has occurred, we also graph the evolution over the same time period of the independent variable that has provided the input data for the model, and we can see that here. Going further down, I can see some basic information. This particular alarm here is a dynamic alarm. It's released by the dynamic limit model of IHM. Its status is new and unread because I've just opened it up here. It's with respect to this plant, this tag. It was released at this time. There was a description. It was a dynamic alarm because the measurement was outside of its dynamic range, and its relevance has not been set, and messages are none at this moment. I can go in and edit this alarm and classify it to, let's say I have read it, or it's in processing, or I'm done with processing it. So let's say in our case it's in processing because we're going to work on it. Its relevance could either be critical, dealt with, no worries, or a false alarm. Since we're going to say it's in processing, we're going to not choose a relevance at this time, and we're going to write a message. Here we can write a message saying that, for example, we need a new bearing. And then this message is recorded with respect to this alarm, and we see that down here we have recorded this message. Okay, that identifies the alarm. That is the extent to which this alarm page informs me about what the alarm is and allows me to modify it. And I can go back to my alarm listing and go view additional alarms just like this. So this interface then provides me with the ability to historically look at the alarms that have come up in the past and to treat them. And what we've seen by this notation tool, it allows me also to classify and to annotate these alarms with messages so that I effectively have a notebook available to me. The report function then can be used over a much longer period of time to basically come up with a full record of what has been alarmed and what have been my reactions to it. Thank you very much for your attention.